We'll try it again. All right.
All right, all right, all right.
Better. So, I did not change our math target. I will tell you what our math target is today. We are learning to round to the nearest decimal place.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just rounding today.
Yeah.
And you guys have rounded before, so we got this. This will be great. Ready? Awesome, good. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to have everybody turn their voices off. Okay, if you have anything else out, I'm going to have you put that away. Put that away. Braxton?
Mrs. Chase's class was working on rounding, actually.
Oh, good. We are switching our math interventions this week.
Yay.
So you'll be done, but that's great because today you'll do wonderfully. And if you can help anybody, that would be awesome. Okay? All right, so
Are we gonna have to take
Braxton, tell me what's something that you learned about when you were talking about rounding.
So, in rounding, if it's higher than 5, if it's 5 or higher, you have to round up.
Ah,
You go up and give it a shove, but if you round below, you leave it alone.
right. And then 4 or below, what do we do?
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Oops, I know how to spell, I promise.
Sure.
Alone.
My grammar is more proper
So
than
it
yours.
stays the same. Lucas.
Proper.
Lucas.
Is this Friday the start of fall break?
Yes,
It's this. I thought it was this Wednesday.
And then we're
No,
coming
it's
back
Friday.
in 2 weeks.
it's Friday. Perfect. Okay, so Braxton, this was fabulous. Do you guys remember these rules from rounding before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you do. So if I were to round to the nearest tens place, no, I'm going to say ones place. Sorry. If I were to round to the nearest ones, can't do that. What am I talking? I'm going to start over. This is in the book. I just was going to say I have the number 67. Here we go. We're going to round it to the nearest 10.
Oh yeah.
67 to the nearest 10.
7.
So, okay, so wait, what's my nearest 10? This way would be 60, this way would be 70. And we have to decide if 67 is closer to 70 or 60, right? So, Lucas, why?
Because 5 or higher round up, 6 is higher than 5.
Right, okay, so if we're rounding to the nearest tens, I look at the tens place, and then I actually look next door, right? I'm looking at the next door neighbor, and he's the one that tells me. So I look at this 7, and Lucas was right, it's 5 or higher, so I round up, so I'm going to go up to 70. Okay, that was just a quick review for regular whole numbers. But let's see if we can take a look at decimals. I'm actually going to make a little number line here. We're going to call this 4 holes. Okie dokie. We'll go by tenths.
Don't choke.
Okay, so we've got 4 and 1 tenth, 4 and 2 tenths, 4 and 3 tenths, 4 and 4 tenths, and so on. Oh, that's a 9. There we go. And then we have 5 holes. So we've got 4 holes, 5 holes, and we've got our decimals in between, right, in tenths. Okay, hang on just a minute, Brooke. Let me get through this really fast. I'm going to draw some sticks here, and I want someone to tell me, what is our halfway point? What's the midpoint? What is exactly half? Kaden, what do you think?
4 and 5/10.
4 and 5/10 is exactly halfway. Do you agree with Kaden? Give me a nod yes or a shake no.
Yeah.
Kaden is right. 4 and 5/10 is exactly halfway. 5 is half of 10, right? Yes. Brooke?
You don't have a decimal on 5.
Yeah. It's
You probably just can't see it.
It's right there.
Okay. Awesome. So to plot a point at 4 7/10. And I told you to round this point to the nearest whole number. Think about how you would round. Which way would you go? Jackson, what do you think?
To the right.
To the right. How come?
Because it's not closer to the whole number 4.
It's not very close to the 4, right?
If anything, it's very far from 4.
Agreed. It's only this much space to the 5, but that's a lot more space back to the 4, right? Yeah, when I talk about number lines, this might be a kind of a silly example, but if, say you go out to the hall, right? And you have to go to the bathroom so bad.
No, I don't.
Are you going to go clear to the 3rd grade bathrooms, or are you going to go to the closer 5th grade bathrooms?
3rd grade.
You're going to go to the closer 5th grade
Yeah, but
bathroom.
the bathrooms are horrible.
You want to go,
They're trash.
excuse me, you want to go to the closer ones, right? And the same with rounding. When we plot a point on our number line, we are going to go to the closest point. There is a rule, though, that says that if we are halfway exactly, we still go up. So it's still halfway. It's the same amount of space between here and here, but the rule is if we are exactly halfway, so if we're at 5, we are going to go up. All right, Connor.
What if the Mr. Diaz is cleaning the bathroom?
That does not apply this time.
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Not really. Now, take a look. I'm going to actually make another one. Just because occasionally you might see a number. Wow, that's not very straight, but I'm not rewriting. You might see another number line that goes vertically.
What?
And it can still look the same as far as everything else. We'll say that the halfway point is 4 5/10, and up here is 5. Can you guys think of any instances where you might use, or you might see a number line like this? Braxton, I think I saw your hand first. What do you think?
Like measuring how
Measuring. Yeah, for sure. Andrew?
Like a graph where it's like measuring how much.
Absolutely. Definitely. Tyson?
In construction.
Construction?
In construction.
In construction. Okay. What do you think, Lucas?
One, you have a paper vertically, and there's not enough room to write it sideways, so you write it vertically.
You might have to, huh? Yeah, Connor.
Sometimes, like, one time when, like, our neighbor was getting his driveway redone, and they, like, sprayed paint and stuff, like, measurements on the grass and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And another place might be like a thermometer, if you're looking at a thermometer. Andrew?
Like one time, me and my brother, it took forever, but we made a graph of like the temples in the world from the beginning to the end of
Cool.
now. And you just entered one in, and then in the end it made a graph kind of like that.
Oh, very cool. Nice. Good job. Excellent. Now, our rules are the same, but it looks a little bit differently because now we've put it vertically, right? So again, if I mark 4 7ths and I want to round, instead of saying it we would go to the right, we would actually say that we'd go up, right? We're closest to the whole number at the top. Does that make sense? We've just changed it. You might see some number lines that go this way. So, all right, perfect. You can tell I'm going a little bit faster today.
I like that.
We have someone coming in at 9:10.
Who?
I think it's Mrs. Flores.
Who's that? Exactly.
She is an instructional coach at our school, but they are doing something. I'm gonna let her explain. I don't know. It's
thought
for
you
you
were gonna
guys.
say Dawn.
It's like a little assessment, but they'll explain it when they come in. Yes,
Do we
Bailey?
get food? Yeah. Do we get food? Or was it?
I'm sorry, I can't hear Bailey, and she's right in front of me. We will this week, but let's stick with math for right
Are
now.
the lunch ladies gonna
That's
come in?
lunch time.
Now, let's take a look. Let's take this a little bit further because I can tell you guys have got this really great. What if we took this just a tad further? And let's say now that we are going to round to the nearest tenth. So not to the nearest whole number. That's what we had over there. We had, it was just 4 and 0 tenths, right? It was 4 straight up. But now we're going to try to round to the nearest tenth. So right here, let's see, 1 and 61 hundredths, 1 and 62 hundredths, 1 and 63 hundredths, 1 and 64 hundredths,
Yay!
1 and 65 hundredths.
Yay!
You're not doing big enough
66.
numbers.
All
right,
over. 1 and 68
Already
hundredths,
choky.
1 and 69 hundredths.
No,
There
no,
we go.
Lisa.
And
170.
and 7 tenths. Yeah,
What?
I'll write it up here like I did on this.
You know what? I'll throw this little guy at my water bottle.
Miss Norman,
Yes.
you're not doing big enough numbers.
You can't see him very good?
No, I'm saying like the numbers are too easy to do.
They're not challenging enough?
Now.
Use 1,000. I mean, Andrew is a challenge.
That's.
Well, you try
that
to
doesn't make a
I gotta make
difference.
sure I get everybody to comments. Hang on just a minute with your comments. Okay, so take a look now at our chart. Everybody's eyes right up here. Can I need your eyes? Hunter, I need your eyes. Okay, so we've got 1 and I'll call it 60 hundredths. And we've got 1 and 70 hundredths. And here we have all of the in-between. 61 hundredths, 62, 63, 64. These are all our hundredths in between. Right? Can everybody see my chart and you understand where we're going with our numbers here?
Yes.
Yeah. And sure.
Okay. All right. Well, what if I say, okay, I'm gonna put this number up here. First of all, how do we say this? Brooke, how do I say this number? 1 and 62 hundredths, is that what you said? Perfect. So I'm going to plot it right here. I'm going to put a dot on my number line. And if I say, okay, we are going to round this to the nearest tenth. Remember,
160.
it says we're rounding to the nearest tenth. So this is the number.
Upper grades, if you have not sent your Hawkeye students down, would you please do so now? Thank you.
This is the number that's going to change, right?
Yeah.
And in order to know if it's going to change, we look next door. We look at the 2. The 2 tells us. So looking at our rules right here, 5 or higher, round up, 4 or below, leave it alone. Let's see. Riley, what do you think, bud? I'm looking next door. It's a 2. What do I do?
If you think about it, 2, it's a smaller number than 5, and 5, if you had a 5, you round up. So that would just, narrows it down. It makes it so you leave it alone.
We leave it alone. We leave it alone. So this number stays the same. So if we're rounding it, it becomes 1 and 60 hundredths. Which makes sense because if we're looking on our number line, look how much space is between here and here. Now look how much space is between here and here. It's definitely closer to 1 and 60 hundredths, right?
Yeah.
For sure. But I can do it this way, or I can just look at the numbers and do it that way. Right? Okay, so now that we've kind of looked at rounding like this, let's look at rounding and estimating some answers. So, say I give you... Oh, I already did that. We rounded with fractions and everything too, so I think you guys got this. So say I give you this number. This equation, right? We've got 793 plus 531. There's no decimals in here, right? So we're good. If I were to just estimate an answer, I'm not going to actually do the operation. I'm just going to estimate it and do some mental math. Can anybody walk me through that? Lizzie?
you can just go 3 plus 1 equals 4. Then you move on to the next one. 9 plus 3 equals 12. So you put 2 down
True.
and 1 over there.
But instead of actually doing it, I'm just going to, in my mind, just come up with an estimate. What if I just come up with an estimate? So yes, you're exactly right. You want to get the right answer right away. I'm just going to do an estimate. Carson, help me out. How would you estimate it?
1,800.
How did you get there?
Because 7 plus 5 is 13. And then if you do 13 plus 100, then that would go to 1,000.
Okay. Let me tell you how I would do it. I would just round 793 to 800. Because it's really close to 800, right? For sure. And then 531,
It's 500.
it's closer to 500. And so, yeah, Carson, I would agree with you. I would say 1,300. Because if I just added those really quickly, we'd get 1,300.
I mean,
So that's how we kind of round and estimate. Did I have to come up with the exact one this time?
no.
No, I'm just estimating. Yes, sir.
I mean, the real answer is not that hard.
No, it's not. It's not.
But sometimes on the
But
our
we
paper
do
it says
have to
estimate.
learn this concept because this is something that you will use in your life. There are times when you just need an estimate. You don't need the exact number. Lizzie?
What did you figure
It's
out
only-
the exact number?
It's only 24 away from the actual number.
So we were close, right? This was a tiny bit faster.
It's 13,000.
But I do want to show you how you can
1,300.
round or estimate an answer for decimals. Okay, so say I have 4 and 672 thousandths
Why did you
plus
have that?
6 and 337 thousandths. Now I'm just going to walk you through this one, and then we'll try another one where you can help me. 4 and 672 thousandths. I have to decide, and really what I want to do is get it to the closest whole number, because that's easier to add, right? Especially mentally. So if I'm looking at my whole numbers, I can look next door. This is a 6. I already know that this is going to be closer to 5 wholes than 4 wholes. If it was 4.4 something, then I would stick with a 4. But because the 6 is 5 or higher, I'm going to go up, right? So that's going to be 5 wholes. Let's take a look at this one. I have a 6 in my ones place. If I look next door, 3 is less than 5, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to keep it at 6 wholes. So then I can just add those up and I get 11. So that's how we estimate. Get out your whiteboards. Let's try one that you guys can do.
It actually would be more 12.
All right. We're trying to be quick, fast. They're going to come any moment. 9,
No.
8, 7. Get your whiteboard out. 6, 5. Get your whiteboard out. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You ready? Okay, this one is you. I want you to write it like I did. You're going to write the problem that I put on the board. Then you're going to round and estimate on the other side. Okay? Okay, so let's try 4 and 11 hundredths plus 3 and 22 hundredths. There you go. Give it a shot. Maddox, do the problem on the board, please. Remember, you're writing both. You're going to write this one. Then you're going to write our estimate, our rounding, and our estimate. Round to the nearest whole number. Round to the nearest whole.
That is a whole.
Mhm.
Oh, that's me. It's okay. Fine.
Good job, Brooke.
Seven. Everybody loves 7. Even though he ate 9. Nobody loves 7. Nobody loves 7. I didn't try to on your whiteboard. I hate that. Wait, so technically I just tried to make it. Did I really just try to make it and it was so good and then tried to read and erase it?
Guess what? We are just rounding to a whole. So just give me if it's 4 or 5. Good. Okay. Oh, I don't see your estimate. Where's your estimates? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, good job. Well, we would estimate is 4 and 11/10 closer to 4 holes or 5 holes? 4, yeah, so just put 4 on the side. And then is 3 and 22/10 closer to 3 or 4? 3, yeah, so just put 3. I just went to lick my fingers. Okay, let's try another one. Ooh, this one, let's do it. We'll do it as money because we will have to use this with money all the time, right? Erase your boards. Here you go. Here's your next one. $17.25. Ooh, we'll try a subtraction. Minus $11.79. I want you to round to the nearest. This is our very last one you've got. We're going to do it quickly. You're going to round to the nearest whole dollar. The nearest whole dollar. So write both of these, this on the left side, and then your rounding and your estimation on the right. I'm going to come walk around. This will be our last one. Good, okay. So $17.25. Is that closer to $17 or $18? Not quite. Let's look next door. 2 is less than 5. So remember, 5 says that we round up. If it's less than 5, we leave it alone. So we look at what's the paper. This is the number that we're looking at. Right here. We're going to decide if this is going to stay 17 or if it's going to become 18. If we're going to round up or stay the same. 2 will tell us. 2 is less than 5, so it stays the same. So write 17 on this. Perfect. Let's look at this. We have $11. We look next door because this is the one that we're deciding from. We look at this set. Greater than 5 or less than 5? So do we keep it the same or go up? Yeah, 2. We're going up. I did 12 right there.
Andrew, you didn't take your.
Okay, hold up your boards. Let's see. Lizzie, did you do subtractions? We're in subtraction. You got the rounding right.
I got it.
Good. Close.
Wait, did you say close to me?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Right on your board.
Bailey and Andrew.
Andrew, you got it again.
But you gotta be quick, fast, because we're starting from the. Okay, really fast. 17. If we look next door, it rounds down. to $17. $11.79. We look next door. It goes up. It becomes 12. 17 minus 12 is $5. Thank you very much. Put your whiteboards away, please. Good morning.
What do we do with our Skittles?
They are away.
You never gave us. You never
Then
gave
go
us
throw
the
'em
ones
away.
to eat 'em.
Remember, they're I will later. They're germy, so go throw them away. We'll get some more later that you can actually eat.
This is gonna be satisfying.
Oh, the dogs up.
Look, this is
Mona.
Lisa.
Oh, Kate is
What's your passing out procedure?
I have a paper paper, which is
There's a class I struck out. I'm not passing away.
Hey, friends, for now, for this part, put your Army guys in your desk. We'll continue with the quartering act later, but for now, they're going to stay in the desk. They are on duty somewhere else.
Where's mine?
Where is he?
Preston.
When you get this packet, please do not open it, okay? Just look at the front. You're going to write your first and last name and your teacher's name, okay? While you're doing that, I will tell you, I am Mrs. Gibson, and I'm an instructional coach, and we're helping with all of this testing that you've been doing with the Acadians, and this is the last part of it, unless you are absent. Don't get all the absent. So remember, first name, last name, and teacher's name, okay? And you need a pencil that's not going to break, or one that's working. Because once we start, we don't stop, okay? Get that out.
You just need to write to that. I'll go get you another. Let's go grab you.
Hungry?
No, the T-I-A-S.
That's for the scoring, so you don't have to worry anything about that. You just write your name on the line. And your teacher's name. Yep. Make sure you write your first and your last name, because you guys have a last name. And believe it or not, sweetie, can you work on this? I need you to study your math up for a few minutes, okay? Oh, here I have it. With everybody look and make sure you only have one.
I got two.
I have two. I have the extras. Alright. Alright, let's look at that front. I'm going to give you your instructions. So you're going to have sentences in a story, and you're going to have 3 options for each sentence. Well, sometimes there's 2 in each sentence, but you're going to have a box to choose from. Let's look at practice number 1. After playing in the dirt, Sam went home. Summer was to wash her hands. The best answer is home, because it makes the most sense. So you would circle home. After playing in the dirt, Sam went home to wash her hands. Okay, now you do practice number 2 on your own. When you're finished, put your pencil down.
Okay.
I still see a couple of pencils moving. I will know you're finished when you have your pencil on your desk.
I'll get it this time, Tyson. You still have that.
On her way home, she went chair, sleep, saw, an ice cream truck. The best answer is saw because it makes the most sense. On her way home, she saw an ice cream truck. Right? You will have 3 minutes to answer. Close your packets, please. Don't open them until I say go. All right. You'll have 3 minutes to work on this. Go as far as you can and just try and do your best work, okay? Don't stress over it. You're not getting a grade. It's just letting us know where the best place is to help you with your reading, okay? All right, are you ready? I'm not. My phone turned off. Now are you ready? Are you ready? Begin.
Explain the journey log. Found the tree that was taken in the distant floor. Stretch this in.
All right, put your pencils down. Pencils down. And close your packet. Look at the front. Does it have your first and last name and your teacher's name? No more. No more. No more. No more.
I know I've done it right after you said put it down.
Got it? And you just pick them up, or what is your,
Give them out. Pass them forward.
okay?
Okay. Yep, pass them in front like you are. What do we tell Mrs. Gibson?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This will be really good information, just like she said, so that we can help you out exactly where you are in reading. So I'm excited to get those results back.
Why was that a time test? I like that score.
Oh, you wanted to keep going?
Yeah, but we scored stuff.
Oh, well, darn it. Okay.
Oh, no.
I wasn't exactly sure how long that would take, so I'm kind of debating. Debating on math or just starting shared reading.
Shared reading.
But we have to finish the math at some point. I think what I'll do, I will put, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. We will put a math rotation in our guided reading today. So you'll have 15 minutes to work on a math worksheet, your homework worksheet during guided reading today.
Over which one?
We'll do it over reading group today. Okay? Okay, yes, Chloe. Yes, you can put your army guys back out. Good call. Lucas. No. It sounds great. Some people can do that with their jobs, but not with school. All right, let's see. Green group, will you guys go get your Journeys books, please? We have a new Journeys story today. Green group, go get your Journeys books. Hunter, don't write on your face, please. Go get your Journeys book. We're going to start a new story. Yes, why don't you go wash them in the back and then get your Journeys book. Okay, I'm going to post our math lesson. Let's have the next group, blue group, go get your Journeys book, please. Purple group, go get your Journeys books, please. And our last group, red group, go get your Journeys book.